Hey, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Everyday Faith, day 21, as we jump into another day of a devotion on renewal. And today we're coming at you from Mark 1:35, where it says, "Before daybreak the next morning, Jesus got up and went out to an isolated place to pray." I think the idea of finding an isolated place right now is really interesting, considering we are all in isolation, but there's really nowhere we can go to hide. At least I know for my sake, with my three little ones running around, it's hard to find that place. But let's keep reading. It says, while prayer can be as simple as talking with God on a walk or as you drive between two locations, it can become easy for us to minimize the significant role of having an allotted time to be alone in God's prayer. Jesus set an example for us by pulling away from the daily demands of life in order to dedicate time to be with our Heavenly Father. This wasn't a single occurrence in Jesus' life, but rather a routine practice. So whether you make time first thing in the morning or at some point later in the day, it's important to remember that daily renewal in your life is experienced best when you have a dedicated time to spend with God. Set aside a portion of your day-to-day to be alone with God and pray. I am not a good example of this, or I've not been a good example of setting aside that time in the past. Over the last 3 weeks or so, myself and about 10 guys have been doing a Bible study every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 6:30 in the morning, and I'm up at 6 and do my time with Jesus, and then do my 6:30 time with these guys. And that accountability has been so big for me. So if this is something you struggle to do, especially right now, guys, I mean, this is a tough time, and people are longing for community. They're longing to see faces. They're just longing for anyone, especially a tribe of people that care for them. So I would challenge you guys, if you're not doing something like this, grab a few people in the Faithbox community, grab a few people at your church, grab a few people at your work, whatever it may be, and set up a Zoom or a FaceTime, a few times a week, and just do a Bible study, talk about Jesus, pray together, whatever it may be. Do the daily devotion. It can be as simple as doing a devotion and just talking about it. I promise you, it'll make every day better. I know it has for me, just starting my day like that. I try to find time in my day. When I was in the hospital for a month and a half with Rachel, I had downtime, but even then it was distracted because things were happening. So finding that time where I'm awake before my kids and I'm doing that time of isolation with Jesus is so important. So I'm challenging you guys. I know today's not an action, but I'm making it an action because I know what it's done for me and my relationship with Jesus, and just my attitude every day by just waking up and doing that and creating a routine has been so good for me. Some of y'all may already be doing this, but if you're not, let's really dive in and try to find that time, especially during this time of isolation. Guys, be blessed. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.